Next, I'll teach you how to set up intelligent recoil control. First, enter the adjustment configuration. For the first point, we first set LE, which is placed on the fire key, to have the property of a fire key. The key color changes from blue to red. The second point is the calibration of the firearm recognition frame. Then you can click on the icon of intelligent recoil control. 一般第一次打开会有识别框的显示。If it doesn't show up, you can click on the shrink icon in the upper left corner. Then click on the recognition frame selection. Then the recognition frame will pop up. If the position of the recognition frame is not aligned, then you need to manually align it according to the name on the recognition frame. Then the recognition bar can display the correct firearm information. The third point is the calibration of the recognition frame for the backpack. We need to open the backpack first as a background panel. Then click on the shrink box in the upper left corner. First, click to enter the firearm recognition frame. Then click on the backpack recognition frame. Then the backpack recognition frame will pop up. If the position of the recognition frame is not aligned, then you need to manually align it according to the name on the recognition frame. Then click Save. Then the correct backpack information will be displayed. If it is an accessory just picked up, the recognition bar cannot recognize it immediately. Then we need to open the backpack for recognition. All recognition settings are completed. If your layout changes, you need to readjust the recognition frame. On the premise of correct recognition, with your right hand, hold down the blank area on the right half of the screen. Press the left shoulder PLE to fire with your left hand. Only the correct way of controlling recoil can trigger the recoil control effect. If you are not satisfied with the recoil control effect, you can adjust the size of the recoil control parameters in the shrink box. There are recoil control parameters for to stage, scope, and non-scope. The parameters adjusted when not using a scope are for the recoil control when not using a scope. The parameters adjusted when using a scope are for the recoil control when using a scope. If the muzzle of the gun drifts upward, we need to increase the recoil control parameter. If the muzzle of the gun is pushed down too much, the recoil control parameter needs to be decreased. Only by clicking apply can the data be saved. Shadow key operation can be done without using the control. However, the controller needs to be in a connected state. You can click on the floating ball to adjust the configuration and continue to add shadow keys in the layout. This kind of icon is a shadow key. Directly drag the icon to add it. Place it anywhere. Clicking on the icon once is for editing the function attributes. Clicking twice can adjust the size of the key and the transparency of the key. You can also adjust the position of the map key. Drag the icon to the corresponding icon. Click Save to take effect. Clicking on the shadow key can trigger it. Double-click in the exact center of the screen. There is a switch for the shadow key. When the icon is lit up, the shadow key function will be in a closed state, but it will not affect the function of the joystick keys. Double-click the shadow key switch again. When the icon disappears, the shadow key restores its function. Even if we hide the shadow key can still be triggered normally. Shadow key continuous quick setting operation. We need to use the shadow keys. There is already a shadow key here. We can just add one more. The key size and transparency can be adjusted by yourself. First, edit shadow key E. The continuous click key attribute can only be set with the continuous click function. The automatic gun pressing attribute can set not only continuous clicking but also automatic gun pressing. 这里以连点按键属性为例 ，Note if a firearm magazine only has 20 rounds, the continuous click speed should not exceed 20. Otherwise, the continuous click effect will not be shown. Then we continue to edit shadow key R. Set it as the continuous click switch attribute. After setting, save it. Change to a mini. Check the continuous click effect. Click shadow key R once. The continuous click function is turned off. Shadow key intelligent gun pressing setting operation. First, enter the adjustment configuration. The first point is to first confirm whether the mapping position of shadow key E is on the fire key. The second point is to change the attribute of shadow key E to the automatic gun pressing attribute. Save the settings. Then we can click on the icon of intelligent gun pressing. After intelligent gun pressing is turned on, an identification bar will pop up. There is a detailed introduction in the previous calibration video of the identification frame. If you don't know how to operate, you can look at the previous video for guidance. Click Show Configuration to observe the position of the shadow key. If it is not needed, just click Hide Configuration. On the premise of correct recognition, press and hold the right half of the blank screen with your right hand. Press and hold shadow key E1 with your left hand. Only the correct way of gun pressing can trigger the gun pressing effect.